All right, so I brought in the two renders from C4D of the 3D principles of motion graphics. And remember, when you have them both, you need to, by default, it defaults to 30 frames per second. Not what we want. We want to grab both of these and go to interpret footage and change them, say that this pile of pictures is 24 frames per second. There we go. All right, and let's make a new comp. So composition, new comp, make sure it's 24 frames per second. How many seconds are we gonna need? Yeah, I think it's a little bit longer than that. We put them together, so let's say 9. It's always easier to have more time and then bring it down. And we want it to be 1920, 5, 10, 80, 10, 80. There we go. This will be 3D principles. Cap lock. There we go. All right. Great. And let's bring these down to the impact first. And the bounce. So it'll be one, then the other. It's definitely a little bit more saturated for whatever reason. So let's adjust that here. And you may or may not have to make this change. And so we'll say, just type in sat under effects. It should bring up your hue saturation. There we go. And let's turn that up just a touch. Let's look at these. And maybe put a little bit on this one as well. Not as much, but there we go. That looks better. They match a little bit better now. Great. And let's go ahead and fade these in a little bit. And so we've got this one. Actually, let's put a zoom in on them first. And so I'm just going to go ahead and hit S for scale. And I want them to end up here. And so I'm going to keyframe there at the end. Then move to the beginning. And make it just slightly bigger. 105. So now over the course, a little bit of sort of fake camera movement. Okay, just enough to give it some action. And so here we go, S. And the same thing. Let's go ahead and go in the opposite direction. So we'll go from 100 to like very slight 5. So now we're going that way. Very nice. Cool. Let's put a fade in and fade out on this. So these are good. And do I want any vignette? No, I like it the way it is. So let's grab both of these, and I'm going to pre-compose these to group them together, and we'll call this MoGraph scenes. Oh. And now I have them grouped together. It'll be easier to add a fade in and fade out. So I can come over here to my fade in and fade out effects, fade in and out frames. Oh, that was a behavior. Did I not have it selected? Delete that. I have this selected. Frames, there we go. Cool. And so that fades in. That one. Switch. Cut to that one. And then here, that's where it ends. And so to get the fade out there, I just trim the end of it. And that's going to be Alt and then N square bracket. So now. Cool. And let's give ourselves a little bit of time here at the beginning of that. So like 12 frames. So it doesn't start exactly when. I'm going to create a black background, new solid, say make it black. Okay. Put it below. Now, go, boom, cut. That's all she wrote there. Good. And so now we can send this to Media Encoder to make an MP4 to turn in, and then make an appropriately small GIF to post on Slack. So there you go, compositing this project.